Nothing like a remodel. Bathroom remodels are really painful, but even worse when it's your brand new house that's getting a bathroom remodel. You saw last week's video, you realized we put a hole in the back of that plastic tank, and it was this screw hole right here on these cabinets. See that screw hole right there? That's where the cabinet maker, when he was putting these cabinets up, he thought he had his studs and he laid out where they were. He screwed in with a screw and backed it out because he didn't catch any meat that you could tell he hadn't screwed into a stud. And he punctured that tank back there in the wall. Now, I never knew it because that tank isn't filled with water until the end. It's not a pressurized line. It's literally like a fish tank that fills the tank when you flush the toilet. So when the plumbers got all the water turned on in the house, that tank filled up and started to dribble to pee in the back of the wall cavity. And then downstairs is where we saw the action. We saw that water raining out of the ceiling. What are you gonna do? Live and learn. Next house, I will definitely do two things differently. I'm gonna put a picture on the wall that shows exactly what's behind the wall, so the cabinet maker, when he starts installing all this cabinetry, knows what's back there. And secondly, on a tank like that that's vulnerable, I'm absolutely gonna make some kind of a steel or probably steel, maybe sheet metal based stud shoe. If you look in that wall, there's a stud shoe at the bottom plate or a nail plate at the bottom, which is protecting it, but that one had nothing. All right, guys, T-minus 2 weeks. We're getting a lot closer. I mean, look at my kitchen. The kitchen, this is the first time the kitchen's looked like a real kitchen since the start of the project. Absolutely love it. It's looking amazing. All the hardware is on. There's a little bit of touch-up paint here and there, and I've got to still fix this. I showed this in a past video. My freezer on my Miele built-in freezer, this panel came out wrong, so we still need to fix that, but look how nice this all looks. Oh man, I'm super excited about having a built-in fridge and freezer unit. The other thing that I wanted to show you, let's see, what was the other, have I shown you my dishwasher now that this has been completed? I did a video not too long ago about the pan I made underneath the dishwasher, and if I hold the dishwasher partially open, let me grab my flashlight out of my pants pocket here. I can shine it in there, there we go. Can you see the pan that's under there? There's a stainless steel pan under the dishwasher, and while the dishwasher's on this kind of almost open, you can see it. Now once the dishwasher's fully open, you can't see it, and when it's fully closed, you can't see it. This turned out beautiful, but that pan is down there. Now one thing I do want to mention though, Miele is a little different. Number one, I love their appliances, but this has a outside, gosh, what do I call it? Like an outside shell that if there was a leak, there's a sensor in this outside shell, and it's kind of hard to tell, but basically this is an inner shell and there's an outer shell of stainless, and it's got a leak sensor, and it would actually stop the power and the water to the unit and shut it off so that a leak would be contained. But I figured I won't have this Miele forever, or I might move someday and someone switches it. The time to put that stainless steel pan with a drain in it is during construction. And Miele is better than most, but you never know. Maybe there's some user error or something in the future. The other thing I do want to mention about Miele that I don't know why they don't market this. They don't show it in their literature, but this thing in the bottom is actually a salt reservoir, and this has its own water conditioning system, or water softening system I should say. And I had a Miele dishwasher at my old house, and I had to refill the salt maybe every year or so, or 18 months. And you know what? The inside of it was beautiful. I had hard water at the other house, no softening system whatsoever, but the dishwasher having its own softener made a giant difference. I never had spots at all on any of my dishes or plateware or anything. Oh, here it is right here. I haven't filled it yet. I've got a box of rock salt that goes in here, and here's the little filler they give you to put it in. So that's going to get filled with rock salt, and now I'll have water in here that will be conditioned. And what happens is the incoming water comes through that salt reservoir and will condition this. One other cool thing about this is you can use these dishwasher packs. Let's see if I can figure out how to open this. They call it the auto dose system. And this will actually fit in here. I haven't done this yet, so hopefully I'm doing this right. Like that. And now when I run the dishes, this will last for, I think, approximately a month. Around 20 loads or so. How cool is that? Look, it spins. I wonder what's going on there. I'm not quite sure. I got to read the directions. Super excited about the Miele in the house. All right, a couple other updates on progress. Let me come show you the master. We made some real good progress in that. Oh yeah, lights too, I forgot. I've got a video coming out kind of showing you how to program these, but check this out. This bank of switches is connected to different light banks in the house. And did you see that? Multiple switches turned off. So some of you in the past have asked me, what's up with all your switches in the closet? See all these switches here? Let me hit these light banks and you're gonna see how those switches are turned on. So you stay there, Greg, and focus on those. And I'm gonna hit 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. And did you see those switches flash? What happened was this remote, this Bluetooth right here that has power to it, is sending a Bluetooth signal to those switches that are right over there and saying, hey, switches 2, 3, 4, 5, turn on. And that way all I had to do when I walked into this space was hit these 3 or 4 buttons and all of these switches are gonna light up. Now I'm gonna end up programming these into scenes. My electrician did the initial programming for me, which basically turned these into like hallway, kitchen, dining room, family room, that sort of thing. But what I'm gonna do is say, okay, scene 1 is everything on full blast. And in fact, I can even change the color on those. Everything on full blast at 5,000 Kelvin if I wanted that. I don't. Everything right now is 3,000 Kelvin. But I could change this down to like scene 3 is party mode where everything's on 70% and it's at a nice warm 2800 Kelvin, something like that. So stay tuned. I still need to fuss around and play with it a little bit, but it's coming along really nice. Oh, I forgot my Samsung Art TV. I don't think I've shown you that before. That's a Monet painting that I got for free that was on their art store. Super excited about that. And the Sonos system is almost finished. I have like 2 or 3 things to import and Sonos will be done. Oh, Nathan, that looks really good, man.
Did I put them in the right spot?
Yeah, put them in the right spot. Those look awesome. This is furniture from my old house. This happened to have been Restoration Hardware almost 20 years ago. Yeah, no, 15 years ago when we first moved to Austin. My wife was pregnant with my first child and she was working part-time at Restoration Hardware to get the discount. And we got a really, really nice discount on this furniture, but it was like dark cherry stained. Didn't really work necessarily with this new house. So Gio, my painter, painted it, and it's hard to tell in the harsh sun, but that's black. And this is kind of a robin's egg blue color. So those are 2 nightstands that will go on either side of the bed. They used to be, like I said, real dark cherry. And this dark cherry piece here, now black, is going at the opposite of my bed. So that'll be on this wall here. My bed will be here. Something I'll put in hardware on, just looks really, really nice. I love that. And then this space has transformed quite a bit as well. Check this out. We've got the glass door on this week. Still have one more piece of glass to go on. This is gonna be a steam shower. So that last piece is gonna have a toggle hardware on it, meaning it could be closed or we can press it out and it'll allow that steam to vent out. And I'm almost done on my Kohler install. I think the last thing I've got to do is install my speakers. And once I get that leak fixed upstairs, I can turn this on and get my electronic thermostatic valve on. This is looking good. The other thing we did this week was we added a drawer plug to this. We still have some cleanup to do in here, but check this out. This is a plug that's intended as a drawer plug. In fact, let's see if I can pull out the drawer and I'll show you what it looks like. So in the back here, check this out. Can you see that thing sliding back there? That's actually the piece of hardware, and I can't remember the manufacturer. I'll look it up and lace the title on there. But this is a piece that was like 200 and some bucks, and it has an arm that retracts on the back that you cut a hole in the back of your drawer, and then you slide it in, and now my wife can keep her hair dryer, curling iron, whatever, plugged in, and just drop it into the drawer. It needs a little bit of adjustment, but it's looking really good. Almost finished. The other thing that we did over here was we adjusted the lights on my Roburn mirrors here, so we can now change the color temperature on these things. Let's see if I can get this to work. That color is the more, there we go. That's what we wanted right there. So check it out. I'm really darn close now color temperature wise to my sconces. I think the sconce bulbs or LEDs are around 3000, and these were like real bright before. Now it's a really good match. And I'm a huge fan, just as a side note, of having light on the sides of your face. So when you shave in the morning, when you're putting makeup on, whatever you're doing, you can really see nicely when that light's right here on the side. If it's overhead light, especially cans, you're not gonna see very well. Let's turn those off real quick. And let me turn the sconce, oops, wrong one. Let me turn the sconces off. So like if that's your overhead light, see how the lighting gives me a shadow down in my face? I've got a shadow right here, I've got shadows here. If that's your lighting from overhead, it's just hard to see. Whereas if I just turn the sconces on, you can see pretty well. And then once I turn the mirrors on, those Roburns, what happened? I changed my adjustment. Something's wrong here, I gotta change that again. What did I do wrong? Let's try and make that adjustment one more time. So let's see, I took that down. There we go. Check that out. That's perfect. Now I gotta figure out how to save that. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. But look at that light. Now that light on my face, really, really nice. I can do whatever I need and I can really see what I'm doing. By the way, I turned 49 yesterday, so maybe I don't want so much light on my face. All right, guys, T-minus 2 weeks. We move in 2 weeks from now. We got a little bit more to do. I got my dehumidifier controllers that need put on the wall here. I've got a couple more HVAC controls that need starting checked. Oh gosh, what are some other things that need to happen? I'm looking forward to really getting the water turned on and working again so I can make sure that my water heater's working, that everything's correct on my filter system. I haven't even turned on my Uponor Fin and got that app going. And I actually bought a bunch of water sensors. Let's see if I can find these in the front porch. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Come on out here, guys. Yeah, here they are right here. So check it out. I'm curious. Would you guys be interested in a video where I compare basically every leak detection device that I could find on Amazon that was a reasonable cost, that is. I've got the Fin smart water sensor. That's the same thing. I've got the Residio water leak alarm. I've got the water freeze and leak detector. I've got the Lyric Wi-Fi leak and freeze detector, and I've got just a really basic Residio water leak alarm. And I thought I had one more out here, which is not seemingly visible right this minute. Here it is right here. It's underneath these hose bibs. Here we go. Check this out. And I've got one more that I thought was pretty interesting. That's the same one. That's my extra 9-volt batteries. Okay, check this out. This one's cool too. This guy actually connects up to your washing machine, and if it detects a leak, can stop your washing machine so that it wouldn't have water continue to flow. Anyways, that's a future video. I'm gonna hook all these up, see which ones I like and which one's best. Let's end the video in my garage because my garage is almost done. It really is done, but it's almost cleaned out is what I should say. And it looks 1,000 times better now that I've gotten all those piles of stuff out of here. Now you can kind of really see what I've done in this garage space with all this pre-finished plywood, with my mini split to heat and cool the space. I got my new garage mounted hose bib on this week, and I bought a hose reel to go here, so a retractable hose reel. I forget the brand name of this hydrant. Prior, P-R-I-E-R. My buddy Mechanical Hub, who by the way is shooting videos over on buildshownetwork.com, did a review on these guys, and I really like this one in particular. I'm not going to turn it on just in case the water isn't off, but it's a 1/4 turn hose bib. I hate it when you have to go multiple turns on your hose bib. This one's a 1/4 turn. So hopefully I like it. It's just got permanently mounted in my garage. And by the way, while we're thinking about it, I don't know if you noticed in the garage, I did all base molding out of 5/4 PVC. This is Versatech material, so that when my 3/4 plywood comes down, there's about a 1/4 inch showing. And where the hose bib was, I decided to go ahead and put that PVC behind the hose bib as well. So if this leaks, it won't actually get onto my hardwoods or my plywood. It will leak right on the PVC. But this plywood up here means I can mount stuff wherever I want. So that hose reel that's going up, I'll put it, I don't know, right or left hand side of there. I'll be able to mount it right in the plywood. It doesn't matter if I have studs. That's it, guys. 2 more weeks. I got a bunch more videos. I got a bunch of things that I want to show you that'll be very specific and very install related. But thanks a lot for following along. It's been a busy couple weeks, and I think I told you my mother-in-law passed away last week. So with the funeral, with family in town, I wasn't on the job for a couple days. Big thanks to Matthew and Luke, who've been helping me on this job from my team. They did an amazing job while I was gone and was taking care of some family stuff. And thank you to all of you for all your support over the years. If you're not currently a subscriber, guys, hit that subscribe button. We're chasing down 1 million subs here in the Build Show. Hard to believe. I've been on YouTube since '08. So I've been on this a long time, but all of a sudden we've gotten some really good momentum. I'd sure love to hit that 1 million mark. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on the Build Show.